I got it like that. Yeah, I got it like that. I got it
When
like
I got
that.
traded, I was a little sad, but then I looked at like the whole picture and it was like I'm coming home, my family gets to come see me, and I'm back in my home state, which I know and love. So it was a great feeling at the time, just knowing that I could come here. And then the team that we had, like I knew some of the girls, so I mean I knew what I was coming into, so I knew that I would just fit right in. So ever since then, we've been rocking and rolling.
We were big fans of Tiara in college. Like we spent a lot of time on the road watching her, right? So when she became available, or the notion of her becoming available, like it's something we started talking about, everybody was like super eager about it. Like, we want this, but maybe it's too good to be true. Because again, like, think of it as like your favorite concert or something coming to town and you didn't think it was gonna come, right? When you find out it's coming, there's just like a level of excitement that's like, oh my gosh, is this gonna happen? Then we're able to pull it off, and we see like what happened with our team trajectory wise, right? T is a big part of what we got going on here. I'm just super happy to have her.
Getting cut was devastating because I had such a great camp, and everybody, I was gelling with everybody, and I enjoyed playing for Coach T and playing with T and Reek and just people that I've known since I was 16 years old. So I definitely wanted to be here from jump.
We signed her. She comes to camp, has a career-changing year, and has all of these people beating down her door in free agency, right? And who did she choose? She chose to come back with us. And I think something that she said was that this felt like home to me, right? It just felt like a good match.
Between like us two, like we've always been like close knitted. So I mean, just having her come in was just like, okay, yes, like I finally get somebody that's gonna back me up, that's solid, that I know what she can do, I know what she can bring to the team. And just it's Kalani, like what can I say? Like she's just so well rounded, and I know like there was no ego between either one of us. So just having her come in and then her doing what she did, improving herself, and now she's here, it just speaks volumes to her. But as well, I mean, I encourage her each and every day. Like when she's having her low moments, which I have more than she does, but when she does have her lows, like I'm there to pick her up. I'm always encouraging her to let her know like she's good, like she has it. So yeah, I was pretty excited when she came here.
I love T's sweet spirit, and people think she may be mean because her face is like that, but if you literally talk to her, the smile comes out bright and beautiful. Underneath the exterior is a very soft and loving person, and she may not want y'all to know that, but she's like a teddy bear in real life.
I feel like we celebrate each other like all the time, literally like every day. No matter like what, it may be something like small, like we're always like giddy and like talking about something that went on like positive in our day. But I mean like how we act is literally how we act off the court. So like people see like our personality like maybe like 2% on the court, but like off the court it's way more.
And we push each other every day. We just want to win. So if it's her night and she got 20 and 15, I'm cheering her on. I've always been cheering the next person on. I've been in starting positions. I've been coming off the bench. It doesn't matter to me at this point in my career. I just want to win and get into a championship. And I think that's important for successful teams. And she wants me to get better and vice versa because she don't want to play the whole time. Neither do I. So we just gonna split it down the middle. And yeah, we have a system going on. So she's really like that person that keeps me together, especially when I'm having bad days. Even when she's having a bad day, we pick each other up. And I think that's the best thing about our dynamic.
This year I had taken on like the veteran leadership role, but I'm not like a out in front, do it in front of everybody type of leader. Like I just stand in the back, and like if I see a person struggling, like I'll just walk up and like pat them on the back or like whatever like that person needs or whatever, like because everybody's different. Some people need a pat, some people need to talk, some people need one word, some people just need like a head nod or something. I just give them that, and I just know that I did my part and that they felt that, and then they go out there and do what they're supposed to do.
I think a big part of it is just maturing as a person. Let's put the basketball aside. Like anybody else who's got any other job, you go through life, right? You get to a point where you're comfortable with what your role is, what's expected of you, what your capabilities are, all of that.
This year I am one of the vets on the team, so I have to step up in that aspect, and I feel like I've been doing that a lot since training camp started, so I feel good about that role because I was a little nervous going into it at first because I didn't know how it's going to be. but I've embraced it and it's going good.
Watching players who may not be the greatest leaders turn into people who are speaking up in the huddle, or speaking up in the locker room, or speaking up at practice. It's a beautiful thing to watch. So yes, we've definitely noticed it. It's needed. But I think a large part of it is her just finding herself in life, and that then translating to the basketball part. But the team, you can tell, everybody loves her, obviously, personally, right? But you can tell they're like feeding off of her energy and listening to the words that she's saying. And we have a mixture of a new group in here than we did last year, so I think she's just found her voice. Sometimes it's just people-wise, right? She's found her voice with this group. So I started with Tulsa, I think 11 seasons ago. This would make the 12th. And the ride, Allison and I, our head of our medical, she was around when I came as well. Sometimes we sit and we're just like, can you believe this? Like, all the stuff that's happened, all the changes that have been made, all for the better. It's been one heck of a ride, man. For me personally, it's just been so much fun, like so much fun. I'm glad they've kept me around this long. I've started pretty much from the bottom. I've had every role that you can have up to this point. It's just been one long journey that's been filled with fun, some bumps in the road, some winning, some losing, but a lot of growth for me individually, a lot of friendships made, a lot of relationships. Like, I'm still close with majority of the people who've worked here in this organization. Like, immediate response text, first ring answer, going to weddings, like that kind of stuff. So it's kind of been like growing up in life too. I was the kid when I started, and now I'm a semi-grown up, and at least trying to be anyway. But like, when I think about it now as I'm sitting here with you, just memories, it just makes me smile, man. It makes me smile. But life's amazing, man. Life's amazing. Sev, I have to give the credit to LT. She went over there on a trip with Amanda, Allison, Courtney, and she played with Howard. They watched the game and came back with notes like, oh, this one's pretty good, right? And then you put on the tape, and then you see how she moves the ball. You see how her team's offense runs, like with her running the point guard. It's like a beautiful thing. On top of that, she's like a grade A human being as well. So that just made it even easier to integrate her into our program, yeah.
Travis called me, and then he was like so serious. He sounded so serious. So I was like, something is wrong, because we practiced in that morning, and like I knew if something would happen, they would have told me there. Like, they wouldn't wait for me to go back to a hotel and then just call me and be like, can you be at the office in like 30 minutes? And I was like, yeah, sure. But I was so nervous, and I drove there. I felt like, I don't know, I was feeling sick, like literally. I was like, oh my God, this is something bad. And then I saw Coach T, and Travis was there waiting for me, and then we went to Greg's room.
Have a seat.
I was so nervous. Like, I can say that. I could hear my heartbeat. And then we started to talk about like the challenges here, what I was struggling about, what I could bring to the team.
How are you feeling the last couple of days in terms of practice, scrimmage today?
I feel way better with the players, especially like after I start to get to know them and have a relationship with them outside of the court. It helped me a lot on the court.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've noticed you talking a lot more and taking charge a lot more, not only on the court, but like on the sidelines when you're not in for the rep, talking to your teammates. It feels more like engaged and comfortable with your teammates.
And then Greg asked me,
I wanted to ask you, what are you doing on May 15th?
Hopefully I have a game.
You do have a game because you made the team. Congratulations.
I really don't remember after that. I remember like just being in shock. I was like, and then I couldn't, like, I started to cry.
Oh, I don't want to cry. Yes, you can.
I hugged Coach D, I think. Yeah, she was like celebrating it. She gave me this energy she always does. And I just started to cry because I know it was my dream, and then the training camp started, everything was happening, but hearing that it actually like happened, like I made the team, it was unbelievable for me. I will never forget that moment, probably.
The wins and the losses are great, right? When you get 3-4 years past the season, it's not always stuff that you remember. Something like that we'll always remember, right? Like you said, we're literally somebody's dream came true in front of your face, right? And I would say that's probably one of the things that I enjoy most about this, is seeing young people grow and turn into mothers, business owners, all that kind of stuff, right? More of that brings them more joy than I would say, yeah, we went on a 7-game winning streak. Like, that's great, and we're here to win, right? But these things that happen off the court, they're longer lasting than a win or a loss, that's for sure.
Being able to like show all these young kids that it's not impossible, and like just if you work hard and if you just believe in yourself, you can be here too. And just I'm just so proud to be able to just like, hey, I'm here and I did it, and you guys can do it too. Like, it's not impossible, it's not in your dreams, because I know there's not a lot of players who did it before. We had only one before me. Showing them you can actually do it because I did it. If I can do it, you can do it too. It's beyond everything for me.
My version of training camp, like the end of training camp and the beginning of the season, that's Christmas to me, right? That's my wake up, can't wait, we're ready to go and compete and try to win a championship, like for real, right? And I swear to you, I never take this, not for 1 second do I take this for granted. Every year is like the replica of how I feel of the first year. I remember my first year like it was yesterday. I can tell you everything that I did, like my first week, month, everything. What I wore, everything. So when we hit the reset button, sometimes I guess people can get jaded or take stuff for granted or whatever, and I never do. It's always Christmas time, the first game of the year. Like, training camp's over, everybody's healthy, cool, that part's done. Let's go play the other teams and see what we got. But anyway, it's just amazing to be a part of this league and see the growth and be able to make a living doing what we love to do. Imagine you're waking up every day and you get to have a blast. When I get to the end of the season, I'm usually like, oh man, I wish another one would start tomorrow so I could have that Christmas again and do it all over. I'm just excited about this year. I can't wait to get rolling for real. Get into the meat and potatoes of the season and see what we have with this group.